Hello and welcome to Dyson Adventure. We are a group of friends who love to tell stories. Today we are bringing you part two of our little urban fantasy keepers versus vampires. I will allow the players to introduce themselves and who they are playing, starting with them.
Yo, I'm M, she, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Lady Rose Silverlight, who's a she, her.
I am Sen. Tonight I'll be playing as Silna, and both of us use she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Mantiago. I'll be playing Nero, and we both use he, him.
Hi, I'm Gizm. I'll be playing Lucius Morningstar, and I'll both of you see him.
Okay, so 20 years have passed since the first part of this little two-shot. Coming to grips with your new afterlife. It's been difficult. You've been outcast by the Keeper Society. Many keepers have come to hunt you down, in which you've responded with such force, to the point the keepers are on the verge of dying out. In these 20 years, you've dealt with the hunger and the downsides, such as no longer being able to go out in the sunlight. You've also been researching for a way to put this to your better advantage. You have heard of a certain elder vampire, one of the few elders that still remains, known as Mr. Morningstar, who has been somewhat of a professor amongst the younger vampire, should we say, and he's talked about in these nightly lectures he does at the local blood bank the Sun Crown, a special unique artifact crafted out of wolfsbane, moonstone and sunstone that allows the wearers of this Sun Crown to negate the negative effects of being a vampire. Now, of course, you guys, with all your knowledge at your disposal, have gone about trying to find out ways to track down Mr. Morningstar. You have done it, and your paths have led you, all three of you, to cross again. But before we get into that, what have you three been doing separately before meeting up again on this day? So we will start with Nero. What has Nero been doing before coming back to this once in a lifetime chance meeting again?
Yeah, I think Nero's took full advantage of his previous job. So he was a guide to the locals. But this time, instead of helping them get to their destination, he would use that as a trap in order to feed his hunger.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I do like that. So you've been, and obviously due to the nature of your magical vehicle, you've been able to hide the bodies pretty well, keeping out of the reach. Nice. Lady Rose Silverlight.
So I think Rose kind of speed ran the first 3 stages of grief, kind of going through denial, anger, and bargaining, and has been stuck on depression since. She's been spending her time after probably faking her death, I'd imagine, from her family and associates, and has been kind of subtly studying to find a cure, but has had limited luck and has probably led her towards this Sun Crown.
Okay. Perfect. And Silna, what have you been doing in the past 20 years since becoming a vampire?
Silna with her brother, Zorex. She spent the first 5 years, something like that, trying to find a cure. Unsuccessfully. And after that, she has decided, okay, if I cannot go back to what I was, let's at least try and make it as best as we can. And she's been researching on how to become more powerful and how to stop the limitations that she has now as a vampire.
Okay. All three of you have also awoken unique vampiric abilities known as legacies. Each one has awoken in a different way, and you're still not 100% sure, due to your youth in this vampiric journey, how to trigger them. But you've noticed at certain points, Nero, you've become able to elongate your claws and become more muscle-bound, more bestial. Normally when you're feeding on your bus, Lady Rose, you have learnt that you can hear the thoughts of people, of mortals near you. And Silna, you have learnt that on occasion you can talk to those you've completely drained without bringing them back to a state of undead. It seems like the blood you take from them kind of like gives you access to their personality until you feed on someone else. But all of three of you end up back in the city. You see the wreckage it has become since the Keeper's no longer there to keep the creatures of the night away. You head towards the observatory, where you found Mr. Morningstar is staying. Once you all get there and start looking up at this building, you start to see familiar faces. As Silna, you're there first. You then see Lady Rose, and then you also see Nero.
Hello there. It's been a while.
Yes, indeed.
I guess we all come to the same conclusion.
Here for the sun crown, perchance?
That's correct.
Maybe. What? Should we team up like old time's sake?
Well, there is only one crown, if I'm correct.
Well, perhaps we can do something and give it a little taste to everybody.
Either that, or we could fight for it once we work together to get it.
I'm not opposed to that.
Best vampire wins.
If you're certain that I can take it, that's fine by me.
I forgot how much you all like to fight.
Well,
I think we should all try and be civilized for once.
we can do for now. Once we have this, the same goal.
Very well. Let's see what we can do.
Lucius, describe to us what we see as you're fumbling around your apartment at the top of this observatory.
Very unassuming. You would kind of mistake him for being just normal. Blue eyes, ginger hair, kind of ginger blonde hair. The only kind of abnormal thing is he's a lot taller than normal mortals are. More the 7 and over foot mark, quite easily. Just unassumingly potting around, not paying any attention.
As you're just going about your nightly business, you do hear voices outside, down below, and the sun crown wafts into your window. And as you go to the window to look down, you do see, and we'll just recap what everyone looks like if you three want to introduce what he will see as he looks down.
Yeah, sure, I can go first. Yeah, so you see a dark elf. So he's still the same, the mediumish white hair, about 6 foot. He's got his sleeveless long coat, the trousers, the smart shirt, and he has his hooded cloak as well. And then he also has his gauntlets that give him claws.
So Silna, sorry, for Silna you would see a very very tall female woman, very dark, almost black hair. She has very white skin and very piercing blue eyes. She's dressed in a navy blue blazer with white pants, and yeah.
So Lady Rose is wearing a dark hooded robe, and I think even 20 years later, she still carries a series of stakes around in her belt. And I think she's switched out her shield, but now carries part of the top of her coffin around instead,
Oh,
in lieu of a shield.
Nice.
She has long, dark kind of raven hair and silvery eyes that probably have a tint of crimson in them now.
So, from your vantage point, Lucius, it's obvious to you that what these three are. And as they're talking nonchalantly about the sun crown outside, what do you want to do?
Gonna kind of like lean over the banister and just be like, did none of y'all learn any manners not to be creeping outside a person's abode at this time of night?
I try to tell them we need to be more civilized.
I mean, manners aren't really a thing anymore, since I'm guessing you might know what we are.
Well, it doesn't take half a mind to know what kind of people lurk around at this time of night, especially in these towns now. So what brings you all here?
We're looking for something.
Any
So we
more
have
information than something?
a crown. Know anything about it?
Maybe. But that depends. What kind of advantageous thing would I get by sharing such information of the whereabouts of such a prestigious item?
Allies for once.
Allies come and go. A lot of them like to stab people in the back.
If you want, you could be in the running for the crown until we work together to get it.
Could be in the running for the crown, huh? What makes you so certain I don't already know where it is and I just haven't gone for it myself?
I'm assuming because you haven't gone, it means the journey is treacherous, and perhaps you might need help to retrieve it.
Or I just don't see the value in it like you young and bloods do.
Mr. Morningstar, I presume?
Well, that's the name I was given.
Lady Silverlight, at your service. Perhaps there's something you could tell us about what you want?
Well, let's see. It's better than you guys all staying out there in the. Well, let's be honest, the cold doesn't really affect our kind. I guess you can come on up.
Much
He'll kind of
appreciated.
He'll retreat into the apartment, but click his fingers as he goes. And then, I guess his actual equipment will come and kind of equip itself onto him.
Okay. Perfect. Also, as you click your fingers, the front door of the observatory swings open. You three also notice this kid walking with his mom, just being like, "Mom, he said their kind don't get affected by the cold. What are they?" And the mum looks and she's just like, "Weirdos."
Lady Rose would just kind of flash a little smile, a little fang poking out at the kid.
The kid's just like, "Mama, mama, 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 mama." What? She got sharp teeth. What if I told you about pointing? No, she got sharp teeth. And she just looks and she's just like, and then just like drags the kid. Yeah, but as the doors open, the pathway leading up is a set of stairs, and like as you go up the stairs, like each is ignited by a torch on the wall, and then you get up to where Lucius Morningstar is currently equipping himself with all his items. You also see this messy office-like apartment. There's piles of books everywhere. There's like different maps, different lunar cycles, solar cycles, string leading to one point to the other point. Literally, it looks like a madman's crime scene.
You got a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, and I'd recommend not touching any of it. It's in a very specific order for a reason.
Very well.
I must say, you have quite an impressive collection.
Well, living as long as you do, you might as well have something for your age. Otherwise, what have you done? Nothing. You might as well just walk in the sun and die at that stage.
I'm coming to a similar conclusion myself, I must confess.
You're only young'uns. You really don't know half of what you could even get yourselves into. I wouldn't write anything off just yet. Kind of like fixing his hat, kind of putting the mask over his mouth now, and very like kind of showing off the two revolvers on his sides, very nonchalantly.
As your equipment flies to you, your goblin assistant Hob comes out of hiding. He's like, "Master, we've got company. Shall I fix him a drink?"
Sometimes I don't understand why I still keep you around, but at least you can be useful. More than welcome to get him a drink, but I think I'm the one that invited him in.
Yeah, oh, yes. Shall I get the 18-year-old vintage?
No, that's only for important guests. I don't know their level of stature yet, so let's just get something a little more common, shall we?
Oh, the 45 housewife.
Now go for the 56 construction worker.
Yes, of course.
And he just like goes out, and you hear like,
This won't hurt a bit.
and you just hear like the faint muffles of like a scream, and then he comes out with a tray of 4 goblets with this red thick liquid in it.
Here you go.
Lady Rose will kind of swirl it around, take a little sniff. No, I don't think this will quite do. Be positive. I'd rather be negative if you have it.
Ooh, now that fair play, like you know your types at least. Ooh, do I have another one? I don't think it'll be a construction worker. Dock worker work. I know they're slightly more salty than the others. Like,
We can certainly give it a try.
Well, I guess you got to go do another one.
Yes, okay, master.
And he just like goes off again. Now, as you look at Hob, he's like got this giant hunchback, these ill-fitting clothes, one arm longer than the other. Like he kind of walks on one arm like a walking stick, but this arm is longer. Is got really elongated claws. He has long pointed ears, like this kind of bluish grey skin, and he has no hair, but his tips of his ears are like very hairy, and he just like goes back, and you just hear another muffled scream, and he's just like,
Oh, I think you're empty.
and he comes back.
He's like, here you go, miss.
Gives it a taste. Much more my speed. Thank you.
Well, I'm happy to facilitate as long as there isn't, any hostilities yet.
Certainly not.
Well, you don't live long without knowing what we're all like. So, as much as you say not yet, I'm more prepared for it as maybe you guys are. Oh,
Business then?
well, that's what you're here for. Feel free to follow the tracks around and see what you guys make of it. And I'll tell you if your hypothesis is correct or not.
Right.
I
He
guess
will just,
no.
like kind of obnoxiously, he will drink the drink and kind of watch and observe them and see.
I think we'll call it an investigation check for you three.
Oh.
18.
18,
14?
14.
4.
Nero, as you're going around, you follow one bit of thread and you keep following it up until you realize that Hob has been walking around and it's tied to his leg as he's walking. So you just literally follow him around. You two,
Sounds about right.
yeah. You two, however, you follow the threads and you see that they go at 3 important points. The first has to be a full moon. The second has a picture of the moon dripping blood. And the third is a cave on the sea. Not by the sea, like literally it's just floating in the middle of the ocean.
Would Rose be aware of what moon cycle it's in currently?
Yeah, so I mean, currently tomorrow is your next full moon. And the blood dripping moon, you do remember researching back when you was still part of the Keepers. If you can give me a history check with advantage.
Sure. That's a 5.
It's not too bad. You kind of get a bit confused with what you're remembering, but essentially a bleeding moon represents when an innocent's blood is spilt at the apex of a full moon, when no stars are shining.
So if I'm putting this together correctly, we have an opportunity tomorrow? Would that be correct?
Most certainly, but do you know where the cave is?
I'm afraid I'm drawing a blank on that part.
Well, anybody else?
Can I attempt a history to see if
Yeah,
I've ever seen
definitely, yeah.
anything like that?
Give me a history check, 100%. At this point, while you're rolling your history check, Hob just looks at you, Nero, and is just like,
Why are you following me?
I thought I saw like a clue a tap somewhere. Like, you know what? Never mind.
Very good, young master. Very good.
What did you get for your history check?
24.
24. Amazing. So you're staring at this cave on the ocean, and like as you're looking, you kind of like start to like rub your head because the ocean is moving, and so is the cave on this picture. And then it starts to zoom out. And then you remember exactly where this is. It is off the coast of the first discovered island of Raven Island. You remember that because it was a holiday destination for your found family when you was young, because they used to like discovering new places.
Ooh, I've been there.
Now that is a little intriguing. So I guess these two are the brains. Just looking in there.
What do you mean? We all figured it out at the same time, obviously.
Right, sure you did, kid. Hopefully you have some use. So, you deciphered the clues pretty easily. Congratulations, like kind of sarcastic clap. And you know where the cave is. At least you two are certainly up on the list of useful people. So,
Hob
have you made any?
Runs over and he's like,
Master, the ship. You don't have the ship.
Yeah, no, very good point there.
Maybe Nero can help with that.
Are you going to magically pull a ship out of your back pocket?
You could say that, yeah.
Wait, you know that was sarcasm, right?
With some truth to it.
Okay, maybe you are useful after all. Well, if that's the case, I guess I'm the one that's supplying the innocent's blood, I guess. And since we don't have all that much time, let's say we get down to the docks as quick as possible and you pull that magical ship out of your back pocket and we go and start heading our way.
Let's go.
Lucius, the one thing they didn't get to that you do remember is the crystalled goblet. You need to pour the blood into that for it to become a bleeding moon. You do, however, remember where you last saw one. There was one on auction. Funnily enough, the auction going down tonight in the main City Hall building.
If I overheard correctly, one of you were really scrappy and wanted to do something not so relaxed.
I'm always down for a dance.
I can punch someone.
And you're the more reserved one then, I guess. Alright. Well, there is one last ticket item that we do need, and yeah, I could use money or whatever the models want to, do it. But I've been taking it by force as a little bit more entertaining. So I guess we'll make a small detour on the way and pick up our last item. And go over to my lovely assistant. Just go, you better go get the, what's the word? The innocent ready, I guess?
Yes, Master, we be saving it.
And, just put it in the car, I guess.
Yes, which car we taking, Master?
You know what, we'll go a little bit more in style. Let's go for the big one so it has a little space to squirm around before we get around.
Okay, Master.
And he just like scuttles off, and you just hear, and then down each step as he just like drags this body down each step.
Don't kill him beforehand now. Leave him
No,
alive.
master. He lives, don't worry.
Yeah, we need it fresh.
Yes, fresh and wiggling.
I can understand why you're a bit of an outcast now. You'll say that just to the people in the room, so he doesn't hit. So that obviously the little goblin just doesn't hear it. So. Can't fool him though. He's got a great work ethic. Work ethic. Fucking hell.
No, I think the worth ethic sounds better.
Great work ethic.
Where did you find him?
Yeah. Some questions are better left unanswered. Sometimes the answer is not as glorious or interesting as one may assume.
Fair enough.
But I can say he's worked like a horse every day since.
Yeah. If I was you, I would have just, ate him.
Well, you see, that's the difference between you and I. I see the value in good work. You just see a snack with legs.
Yeah, that is correct.
Just so we're clear, any of my thralls or assistants are off limits to all three of you.
Not even dream of it.
I would assume that was the case.
Well, it's good to reinforce such assumptions at times. Make sure lines are definitely drawn.
Master
Yes, we go-
is ready.
Just as I was about to say, I guess we go down to the garage then.
Could Rose approach Nero? Do you still have that motorbike of yours?
I do, yes.
Is there room for two?
There is.
Perhaps we could follow along behind the two of you? Or three, if your assistant is joining us?
Well, no, someone has to make sure the livestock stays alive and fed. You understand, don't you, good fella?
Yes, vegan friends.
Just don't go too far ahead.
We'll be in, eyesight range.
I don't think we're going to have a problem keeping over your back. Or vice versa, honestly. And yeah, you'll head down. And when he said big one, you really weren't expecting it. It's like a modified, like the front of a trailer, like a trailer van, like 18-wheeler. One of those. Just that, and it just looks demonic, like very flashy. Teeth, kind of like teeth everywhere. Like really, you wouldn't mistake this as someone's kind of like extravagant vehicle.
It's like vampire drives here sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't miss it and be like, well,
I must say, this is not what I was expecting.
well, sometimes you have to have a bit of class, and sometimes you just have to have fun. Just open the
It
door.
shows which one you chose.
Just open the door and just turn it on, and it will roar like nothing you would hear before.
I will hop in the other side.
Amazing. And I take it you're pulling out your ticket to get your motorbike?
Yeah.
Amazing. So, Lucius, you'll see this for the first time, but he does take out like this kind of really beaten, worn ticket out of his back pocket, and he kind of like waves it like that, and then you just see this motorbike manifest from it. So essentially, he did pull a motorbike out of his back pocket.
Oh, okay, at least your the window will be down. At least your so-called story makes some kind of sense now.
Yep.
You really can pull vehicles out of your back pocket. That's impressive. He's gonna pull the horn instead of a horn sound. It's just like maniacal laughter that comes out of it. I guess we're ready.
Let's go.
And yeah, I guess we set off towards the town hall.
Yeah, amazing. So, each vehicle roar into both set off down the road, just going crazy, going so fast that the mortals on the street don't even notice. The wind would be whipping in your hair, Lady Rose, but nothing excites you. Not even this fast chase motorbike ride. You're just zooming down.
As we're traveling,
yes.
you mentioned that Rose can now read thoughts. Is that only of mortals, not of Nero
Yes,
and the rest of them?
mortals,
okay,
yeah.
fair. In which case, could she just say, so once we have this crown in our possession, how about you say that you and I team up? Ensure that it goes to one of us?
You know what? I like the way you think. I'm in.
Gives a nod.
Amazing. Can I get a... I'm going to call it... Yeah, weirdly, I'm going to call it a survival check. I'm going to give you advantage on it, Nero, because of your land vehicles.
Okay.
Just because you're whipping around the city so fast.
Yes, that makes sense.
So the driver needs to roll this. Obviously, Nero's driving for you, and I take it you're driving Lucius.
Yeah, 30-20.
Okay.
Because that was a natural one, but 30-20 because of reliable talent.
Oh, level talent.
Oh, amazing. What a good one to
26.
click. 26. Amazing. So there's a couple of times, Lucius, you've been driving for as long as there's been cars in the world. And a couple of times you have to you're just driving along one hand on the wheel, but a couple of times you have to grab it both hands because you just see Nero and Lady Rose just keep cutting you in, cutting you out. But you both arrive to the City Hall building, and outside you see a red carpet laid down. You see cameras everywhere, limousines, and there's people in all these fancy dresses just walking in. You're probably about 10, 11 o'clock at night at this point.
All right. What's the plan?
We have two. We could just go buy the fucking thing, or we could just take it by force, whichever one seems more fun to you lot.
I mean, take it by force, obviously.
Ain't gonna stop you. Just make sure you don't do anything you'd live to regret, huh? Or unlive to forget.
Just how much are we talking here, out of interest?
You want to just make up a random number?
Yeah, no, you're talking into the millions.
I should probably tell you what I'm looking for, shouldn't I, as well, actually? We're looking for a drinking goblet made out of pure crystals. Highest quality you can get. It's part of the whole shaboo that we need to do. And, the last one that I remember seeing other than this, kind of went with its maker. Very brittle thing, so if you accidentally drop it, it just ceases to exist.
Must be worth quite the price then.
Yeah, no, we're looking upwards of high millions, low tens of.
Then by force it is.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody would have that kind of disposable income on them right on hand right now.
Not on hand, no.
Well, I'm a tad rusty as it is, and just as he slides out of the cockpit of the truck and just will pull both revolvers out and be like, just random news reporter would go up and just
Okay. Shit. So the cameraman's just like, the news reporter is like, and the latest in, we have Lady and Lord Wellsane. They are here to. Everyone just turns and just screams and panic every direction possible.
At least I'll get rid of the riffraff that hasn't got any interest in being here.
That is one way to make them up security.
I think security was high enough as it is.
Let's go then.
It's go time.
And perhaps less shooting when we have eyes on the chalice.
Almost
Not risk
certainly.
an accident.
Until then, though, just spinning the revolvers in both hands.
Amazing. Yeah. So as the crowd disperse, you do see like security guards just like start to man the front door, and they start pulling out their handguns. And they are the one lead's just gonna be like, "This is your first warning. One more step, and we will open fire."
How far were they?
I'd say they're within 30 feet.
Cool. I'm gonna Misty step to one of them. I'm gonna try and grapple them because I can punch and grapple.
Yep.
Because so I can grab one of them if I can.
So immediately,
Last
Nero disappears into shadow and reappears right in front of this one speaking's face. Yeah, go for a grapple.
I hope they have low AC. 13 to hit.
This one, that will work for this one. Not really wearing high armored things. You just like grab him by the arm, twist the arm round his back, and he's just like, you got him in your grasp.
Cool. And then it takes 8 points of damage.
Amazing.
So then if I have hold, I have an extra attack, so I'm going to go in for a bite.
Okay.
So-
Yeah.
Oh, better. That's I rolled a natural 18.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm not even going to get you to roll damage at this point. You grab the arm, twisted it around the back. You just lean in, bite into his throat, and just rip out his throat. He's just as he just like falls to the floor. The others just like turn and they start opening fire on you. Will a 15 hit?
Miss.
A 16?
Miss.
A 17?
Miss.
And a 12.
Also miss.
So that, immediately, what are the rest of you doing as this is happening?
Is there anybody's like recording?
Yeah, I mean, the news reporter, the news reporter just got like totally flatlined. The cameraman's still shaking, but he's like videoing it straight to like all this commotion now.
I will cast Charm Person
Okay.
on that person, and I will. Yeah, he has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
That's a natural 2.
You should really give me that.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. And he just hands it over to you.
I will just like, my lady, would you mind?
For me,
Just a little gift.
and so this is to the cameraman, I presume?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll dig in.
Okay, amazing. He's just like there, just like, and then all of a sudden, just spray of blood in the air, very like anime style, just, and just very
Little bit
well
of blood
fed snack.
dripping down. the side of it.
Amazing.
I will
Wonderful.
start recording what we do.
Okay,
I just want the memory.
amazing.
Oh,
Love it.
But there are going to be some more rounds of opening fire, especially as you get round. So I'm just going to roll quick successions. I'm going to roll so they're all going to try and shoot at all of you as you're walking up, because after seeing this, so I'm just going to roll one number. If it hits your AC, it's going to hit you. If it doesn't, then I'll roll the next one and the next one and the next one. That will be 14. Hit anyone? Nope.
No.
That will be a 19.
Yes.
Okay.
So could, in reaction,
Yeah.
Rose use the charge of her shield to cast shield on whoever that was going to hit?
Amazing. So yeah, you can choose between either Silna or Nero.
Let's go for Silna.
Amazing.
Just give me a treat. Why not?
That's fair.
I got the camera.
So that will be 12 points of piercing damage to you, Nero. The third round, which is cocked, will be a 15 to hit. And the fourth round, which is 18 to hit.
Just hits.
It's
You still got the shield up there, don't forget. Okay, that one's only 8 points of piercing. It's just they start opening, and then you just hear like, and they're just like still looking at this horror unfold in front of them, and still like pulling the trigger.
Richard looks and goes, "My turn." Yeah, I'm just gonna try and bite the first person I see.
Amazing. I'm gonna say during all this biting and feeding, I'm gonna say you'll be able to heal up any damage
Great,
you've
that's what
taken
I'm
during
hoping
this time. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and this red carpet is now a dripping red carpet, and there's just body parts everywhere. Yeah, and the doors just like slowly just like let open.
I
Well,
will
might as well.
walk in.
You coming?
I ain't gonna waste no time. He'll both movement dash and action dash as well.
Yeah.
So all. I think it's 165 foot of movement. Just like.
Yeah, amazing. So, like a blur, you run in there, and you appear straight outside the auction house door, to which you can hear. What's your passive perception?
That's a perception of 20.
Amazing. Yeah, you can hear like, just stay down. They can't get in here as long as you all stay down. The keepers will be here soon.
Well, isn't that a bit of a spoil sport? Just gonna look at the hinges and just one at a time, slowly, kind of like that slight intimidation
Lovely, amazing.
until the door just kind of like.
Yeah, as the door, you just see the head of this auction just like, we do not fear the likes of you, and everyone else is just like hunkered down, shivering, shaking, and you see like an array of like different items. Like there's like clay sculptures, there's swords from like the early hundreds. And then you see this box, and inside the box, it's got like just like this slow, like you just get to this slow look because your legacy, Lucius, is you can see through things. And you see that this is the crystal chalice goblet.
How far away would you say he is?
I would say the length of this whole room, maximum of about 120 foot maximum, I would say. You can make it like easy.
Yeah, so with movement and bonus action dash, I'll be like 10 foot in front of him. I go, you know the one difference between bravery and stupidity is?
No, I don't actually.
Succession, and just.
Okay, amazing. Just straight away splat and drops to the floor. And everyone's just screaming. You just see like you three who's walking up afterwards just see this ocean of people just flood out of this door.
Yeah, I'll just come up and like, found what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's in that box. You'll notice that the box is still sealed, like, and it's just like, yeah, no, it's definitely in there.
Anything else of value in here?
Well, there's a bunch of ancient history stuff that the mall seem to have some kind of fascination with. If you want to take any of that and sell it at a later date, you're more than welcome to. I'm not really interested in that knickknacks and trinkets and superstitions, so...
I don't know. I like to keep memories alive, and I will try and grab whatever looks precious to me.
Yeah. There's definitely nothing like magical in here, but definitely a lot of high value like jewels and necklaces and weaponry and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I definitely would say you probably could fill your, I was going to say hands, but more like paws of objects.
Is there like a ruby?
Yeah, 100%.
sorry.
Yeah,
I will take the ruby.
amazing.
No, I might as well inform you while I was getting them used to the door and getting it out of the way. We might have some company apparently sometime soon. I doubt it, but just in case, might as well keep you informed since we're colleagues in this matter at the moment.
Thank you for the heads up.
Least I could do.
Do I know how long it would take us to reach the island?
The island by boat, you used to leave from mainland, which is a bit closer than the city. And that used to take you the better part of 6 hours. So given the added thing, it's probably about 10 hours journey by boat, probably. And you've still got to get to the docks, which is probably about an hour's drive from here.
Nero.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know how to drive an helicopter?
I mean, I believe I do. I got the jet, like old times.
We can take the jet if you want.
I mean,
DM trauma flashback.
Just wondering. So with how long Lucius been alive, what do you have known about the jet incident?
You would have known, like, the Count, which
But not
was
who
probably-
did it, yeah.
Yeah, you would have known that the Count's castle got, like, completely sundered by a jet. But you wouldn't put two and two together, if that makes sense, because
Okay,
you
cool.
wouldn't know
Just making
who
sure.
you wouldn't know who these were before they are who they are.
Well, as long as you don't go flying into any buildings, I guess.
can't make
No.
any promises.
Why would we do that?
Well, don't have any runway nearby that's going to be big enough for you to take off. We'll have to use the highway.
That's good. We'll take off on the highway. We'll just say collateral damage.
Well, collateral damage is not really what we have to worry about anymore, is it? Not like we're functioning members of their society now, is it?
Also very true.
Okay. Let's go take off the highway, I guess. I'm securing the box. And it'll just be like... Just so you know, if this gets broke, we're all fucked. So we gotta be careful now, yeah?
Always.
Okay, just making sure, because I ain't gonna try to find another one of these, or at least try and emulate one. It's very rare that the malls get the artistic vision to one, make a goblet out of solid stone, and secondly, that solid stone being crystal.
Yeah.
Doing this whole exposition as he's walking out.
Now, did it have to be made by mortals? Why don't we make them anymore?
Seems that kind of finesse escapes a lot of our kind.
Yeah,
Very
I can see
rare.
that.
Very rare we get a master craftsman turn over to our side. Very rare. And 9 times out of 10, he dies pretty quickly after that because everyone wars over him. Or her, depending. Being able to have someone on your side that can make the most high-end weapons and other equipment is something that is willing to die for.
Well then, better not make sure. Yeah, we better make sure that doesn't break then.
Most certainly.
I would say drive a little careful.
Oh no,
Well,
I think we'll be fine. If I guess I could put in a bomb or something.
Right.
Just get back to the van and just kind of like wedge the box somewhere so it doesn't
Yep.
move at all.
Yeah, I'd say easy enough to do. 100%. I've just.
How is
lost
the
my-
person in the back doing?
Very frantic. Their heart rate is very erratic.
Can I charm person again, just to like calm them down a little? just
Yeah,
have them,
sure.
like- Yeah.
So that's
But-
a 8.
So the person have to see for charm person, or is it here as well?
No, it's just like with this one, you can, as long as you can see them.
Oh, okay. Fun.
We will take it to the nicest place. There's this like little beach where you can like drink coconuts and just enjoy your time. It's like a resort. It's the best thing ever.
Oh, that sounds very nice. That does sound nice. Very nice.
You should go to sleep.
I am feeling very tired. Yeah, very tired.
Gonna look over and go, land to the livestock. That's pretty diabolical.
I just don't like the screams.
Yeah, you kind of get used to drowning them out.
But why drown them out when you can just shut them up?
Yeah, well. Sometimes the screams help you sleep at night, and just at that point, just put the truck into gear and just.
Yep. Amazing. Yeah, so you're running down the rest of the city, heading towards the highway. At this point, I need. So what is? How's everyone? Is everyone in the car? It's still going by motorbike and car.
I'd imagine still motorbike.
Amazing. Then, can I get Sen? Can you roll me a d6, please?
6.
6. Amazing. Does a 29 hit, Lady Rose?
Yep.
So immediately you feel like this sharp twinge in your back. And as you just like turn your head, you just see this silvered handled blade stick in your shoulder blade. And
Just
you
the
look,
blade, not. Is there someone behind her?
so you see the blade, then you look a bit further behind you just to see, and you just see a female figure in a like large overcoat, wearing a neat suit, a white mask, holding a secondary silvered rapier in their hand, and they just go to their jacket to pull out another silver dagger.
So shifting the shield so it's between them.
Okay.
And I presume we're traveling on this bike still?
Yes.
So twisting around so she's facing the other way.
Okay.
Shield up, and we'll take out one of the stakes and try and just stab it into them.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, so roll me attack roll, which is a thrown weapon, because they're not moving. You're still moving away, but they just seem to be just like steady in there and aiming.
Sure. 19?
19. I will say that will hit. I also do need to deliver you some damage for your.
For 7 piercing.
7 piercing, amazing. So you take 31 points of damage from the silvered dagger, but then this one, you just see like this dagger line up perfectly, and they throw another one, and it's just and immediately you throw the snake and it just knocks the dagger off course, but your stake has such precision it continues through, and you just see them fall. You don't quite know, due to how fast you're going, whether you made contact, and you don't smell any blood in the air, but you see them fall, and they're no longer a threat there as you're continuing full speed ahead.
Seems that they may be on our trail.
You're right back there.
Took a bit of a hit, but I've taken worse.
Right. We better hurry then. I'll warn the others, and I'm going to cast message to Zilna and just say, keepers are here. Just watch yourself.
I will like sit on the window.
Yep.
Just to like be able to see around if anything comes.
Amazing. Give me a perception check. I'll give you advantage on this.
Yeah, it's not that great. It's a 15.
15. That is just good enough. Just as you see, one other keeper, just the white mask of them, just like duck to nearby alleyway, which now will give them disadvantage on this, as they're gonna throw. No, this one doesn't have daggers. Sorry, this as a shot is coming towards where you are, but they get disadvantage because you've noticed them. Luckily. So that will be a 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will use a astral reaction.
Okay, yeah, amazing. Roll me.
Ooh, it doesn't hit.
Amazing. So you get like this, you hear just this gunshot, and this bullet come whistling, and you just wave your hand and just catch the bullet before it even penetrates you.
And if I think I can respond to the message.
Yes.
I'll say to your left on the alley, and if I can, I will arcane blast.
Yeah, I'll give you a retaliation shot, sure.
Does an 18 hit?
18 will hit, yes.
That's just 8 points of force damage.
8 points? Amazing. And again, the Masters disappears. And you're still like, just as you hear like, as you like swerve onto the highway.
Okay. I'll send a message to a new company and just say, we want to do. We're on the highway. I can summon the jet, but we've got keepers.
I don't think they should be that much of a problem.
All right.
You know, get it up and running, get you free in there. I'll see what I can do. Oh,
Right.
one of you are going to have to move the merchandise, both for the goblin and our friend.
I'll just wake her up. Or him up. I don't know if it's a girl or...
You get sense it's a guy.
You know, we have a faster way to get there. Why don't you follow me?
Oh, yes, of course.
I got it.
Perfect. He'll obviously slip out of the truck. Just going to leave the truck in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the highway. Just like, hopefully we shouldn't have any more like, you think it's to deliberately block the traffic, ignoring the horn and stuff,
so
yeah.
it's going to block like one side, so you still got the other side coming this way, but it's...
Yeah.
Stop, perfect, yeah.
Well, I'll get my my little assistant to pick that up for us afterwards. But yeah, no, get started. I should be able to hop on. Yeah, I should be fast enough before you get in the air. And once the jet is there, he's going to get on top of it.
Okay. So, Nero, before you call out the jet, you just have to you need to let Lady Rose know what you're about to do.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was just say, Lady Rose, you ready to get off? I need to switch to the jet.
Certainly. I'll go make sure we don't have any company.
Sounds good. And then we'll stop the motorbike.
Amazing. So Lady Rose gets off, and you continue the motorbike, and you go up into like a wheelie, and from that you like flick the motorbike up in the air, and as it's up in the air, you just see it like kind of fold out into this jet.
Love it. Yeah, I'm just get ready to pilot it.
Perfect. I'm going to get you to roll dexterity throw for the piloting. You're on top of the jet, so I'm going to get you to roll me a dexterity check for being on top of it. Lady Rose and Silna, what are you guys doing?
I am. Oh, go ahead.
Sure. So could Lady Rose, we'll give it a shot. Could she use spider climb to stay on the bottom of the plane?
Yeah, 100%.
Saying that, would Spider Climb help with me being on top of it?
No, not in this situation.
Okay. Well, there was an 18 for that.
Okay, perfect.
So I will just hold the guy's hand and I'll be like, let's go. And I will pull him towards the entry of the jet.
Amazing. So with you going inside with the innocent, you on top of the jet, you underneath the jet, and you piloting
And the goblet.
And the goblet.
And the goblet.
That's going to be a great place to take a break. welcome back. So everyone's on or in the plane as it starts to take off. Nero, what did you roll for your dexterity check?
Yeah, I was going to ask, is it straight dex or dex save?
Dex check, yes, just straight dex. I did misspeak, yeah.
17.
17? Perfect. You do manage to get it off and going. You use the momentum of flipping the bike up in the air to like get it level as well. So those of you on the outside, perception checks, please.
Is it nighttime?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank goodness, because that would have been a nat 1. It's a nat 20 instead.
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
One of the funny thing, one was also a nat 1. One of them, but that's just a dirty 20 for
Okay.
20.
So with the natural 20, you do see the keepers. They're like one on a motorbike. There's not two at this point. There's just one just on a motorbike. They kind of like skid up as all this traffic's holding, and he pulls out his rifle, tries to get a steady aim on the plane. He's going to take like 3 shots at the plane just to see if he can do anything against it. The plane AC is going to be 25. And because he's aiming for the engine, I'm going to give it +3, so 28 he has to hit. So basically, he has to roll 19 and above.
Could Rose also go over to anything that she'd imagine would be a key part of the plane and just have her shield there?
Okay,
Seeing these figures shooting at it?
Amazing. So, first one, nope. Second one, nope. Third one, nope. Fourth one, isn't that 20? But it will hit, but with your shield there, I'm going to say it's going to take half damage. And I'm going to say it's not going to hit the engine purely because you got your shield there to brace it. So that will be, it would have been 28 points of damage, but it's going to be 14. And it just like, you just hear it like scatter off the shield and hit like a part of the plane. No physical damage. The keeper just like kind of whips the motorbike back around and like turns back because you're flying off. And you are in close enough range, Lady Rose. Your legacy ability kicks in and you do hear, we failed. As his thought as he's driving off.
When we're in the air, could she climb up the side of the plane and just knock at one of the windows near a door?
Yeah, you definitely can.
I will, I guess, open the... Hold on tight!
Yeah, I'm going to say purely because you're vampires, I'm going to allow you to have the strength to open it, hold it there while the G-force is there, and keep it there for people to get in. Purely because you're a vampire.
Much obliged.
Now here's the point I have. Do I want to stay just chilling on the top of the plane, or do I go inside?
All I'm going to say is if you choose to stay on top of the plane, you will know that if the plane twists and turns, you will have to make dex checks because Spider Climb won't apply to it with the amount of G-force going up and over, because obviously it's going to get up to a higher altitude.
I'll do the boring thing. I'll go inside.
I just didn't want to lose you like somewhere in the ocean just
Yeah, come back.
Amazing. So yeah, all inside the plane now with the goblet and the innocent on board. You manage to shut the door and the plane's just casually cruising towards the island.
Anyone know? So I would say, anyone know how big the island is? Will I be able to land this jet?
On the island, I assume.
Yeah.
But then we still need to travel a little bit towards the cave.
Very well.
How's everybody? How's it? Yeah. Now, how y'all doing with our little friends that kind of decided to inconvenience us? Anyone Everyone doing all right?
I did take a bit of a hit. I wouldn't be opposed to some healing if you had any on hand.
Not really on hand, but I could do something or other. He'll walk over and he'll pull his sleeve up and just offer you his wrist.
Certainly.
Oh.
Sure. Take a bite and start
Yeah.
slurping
Yeah,
away.
It'll be his version of it's just the healing hands, but obviously with a twist because of
Yeah.
Nice.
That's 11 points of healing.
Thank you
Can't do
kindly.
Yeah, not a problem. Can't do that too often in a day. Kind of messes with the senses if I do it more than once. Well, guess we just sit back, relax, and wait for our pilot there to get us to the destination. He's going to slump down in a chair very disrespectfully in a way. Just,
Oh, that's fair.
Would the course of this flight be long enough for a short rest?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because I would say it virtually chops your travel in half, but it's still about 3 to 4 hours. So yeah.
so if you don't mind me prying while we've got a, bad time, what's all your interest with the crown anyway? Besides, obviously, the obvious benefits.
Is there not more to it than that? Like the being able to walk in the sun.
Also a very nice looking crown. If vanity was something you were looking for.
I
Not
would
really.
use it to make finding a cure all the more easier. Being able to make progress during the day would be of benefit.
Yeah, you find you're thinking a way out of this. Can't blame you. Not everybody isn't act up to be. This just kind of
Gothic
gesturing.
mosquito? Yes,
Mm.
no, not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I am looking to replicate it.
Replicating how? You mean making your own army or?
No, just making it possible for others to walk in the light.
So also a cure then, technically in hindsight.
Well, my goal is not to stop them from being what they are, just to make it easier.
To find a way that they can get over the one biggest flaw that this virus, for lack of a better word, has.
Basically.
Admirable. And anything you have to say, pilot?
Nope. Just the simple. I can live my life.
Yeah. And you can see why something like this couldn't be appealing to everybody, right? Because all those responses seem pretty goddamn boring to me. Yes, I understand the downsides, but there's perks for living in only in the night. Tried migrating around the world, so, time zones and stuff and all that things, you can spend more time. Or did you just stick in one place and just let your life kind of musk up?
Wouldn't you rather have the choice, though? Whether you can or don't?
Have you heard how noisy mortals are in the day? How could
Yeah.
that be interesting to anybody, honestly?
I still would like it. I miss the sense of community, if that makes sense.
Yeah. community. You know what? That's the response that I didn't bank on. That kind of feeling of being somewhere where you're meant to be kind of thing, yeah?
Exactly.
Well,
What about you? Why do you seek the crown? Or are you just doing this for fun?
oh, this is just a good night's out for me. I know eventually one fucking young blood will be in that bond and be like, oh, I don't want to continue this life or so forth and so forth. And I was like, might as well have the resources ready for when that person does come. And I didn't expect it to be free, but hey, surprises nonetheless.
Makes sense.
You know it all.
Sorry.
Oh, go for it.
No, go.
You know, in all honesty, if I got the crown, I would have hoarded it and sold it to the highest bidder eventually when someone came looking for it.
And just how long is it that you've been around?
Ooh, that is a good question. Kind of stopped counting.
And through all of that time, you haven't thought to get a hand of this yourself?
Nah. I'm a creature of habit and I love the night, so didn't really have a place in my heart, should we say.
Has Rose been around this figure long enough to get a read on them? See if that's...
I'll tell you what, you can do an insight check with advantage. And you can make a persuasion or deception check there, Lucius.
That's another nat 20.
Oh.
For
Oh!
That's 12 for persuasion, so.
Okay, so yeah, kind of the vibe he's given off is kind of the vibe you get, yeah.
Very
As
well.
You're coming up to your island landing, Nero. You start to it starts to get a bit rocky towards the end. I need another dexterity check from you.
Sure. 12.
Okay. So as you try to navigate this sudden turbulence that just hit, you try to force it and all of a sudden it just goes into a nosedive. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ain't gonna
Natural
help.
20.
There it is, natural one.
That's gonna be
That's
an
3
8.
tonight already.
Okay.
21.
21. Sam, what did you get again? I didn't quite hear.
Nat 20.
Oh, nat 20, nice. Nat 1 and an 8 from you. Perfect. So Lucius and Lady Rose, you go first out of the windscreen at the front, just tumble out onto the sand. Silna, you manage to brace yourself and hold the victim, and the goblet is just about to launch itself, and you just manage to quickly instinctually grab it. Literally it's like a hair's length away of just going to smash. Nero, you manage to finally pull it up, so it's a very you call it landing with style, but everyone else calls it crashing.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I've had harsher landings.
I'm gonna blame it on the jet. I don't think it has a landing feature.
I would like a bit of warning next time, please. Just as bones kind of crack back into place and snap and just well, that's one hell of a night. Whoa.
Right.
Don't
Where's
worry,
the cave?
we are both fine.
Yeah, no, nice work there. you sure you know how to fly things? Because it kind of doesn't seem like it.
Well, I can fly. But didn't say I can land.
You know what? You make a very valid point. I didn't ask if you could land something. I will keep that in mind if the occasion ever arrives.
Perhaps we take a boat there this time?
Yeah, no, I think your first idea was the best idea, but hey, look, we got that quicker. Now we just need to kill what? 20-something hours for the next moon? Shouldn't be too long.
What time of day is it looking like?
It is slowly becoming the early hours of the morning. You've got about 3 hours till sunrise.
I'd suggest that perhaps we find some shelter first.
I
We
mean,
can make our way there.
if we have a yacht, then we can just sleep underneath.
Or
Just a suggestion.
we could just find the cave that we need and stay there. As long as you ain't scared of creepy crawlies and other beasts of nature.
You're certain we'll get there in time?
Yeah, how far away is the cave?
From this island, if you was to hazard a guess, anywhere between 2 to 6 hours. Because
I
where it
wouldn't-
keeps like floating away, you're not sure whether it's an in current or an out current.
I wouldn't really put my life on the line that we would be there in 3 hours. It's possible, but I wouldn't trust it.
We could
But
just
you're-
stay in the crash jet as well.
I
With the
assume
yacht, we could make progress. So that
Well,
goes
I'm-
well with me.
I'm just here to facilitate whatever you guys are trying to do here. So go on, go for it. Just technically, I'm just here to supply what you need.
So what's the plan? We head out and then
I guess
stop halfway.
I think he'll just use the boat, and then we can just sleep when the convenience of this. You ain't straining yourself by doing this, are you? Changing vehicles constantly and crashing.
Nope, it's the power of the ticket.
That is very intriguing. Well, guess everyone should get off the plane then, including the vessel and the goblet.
But yeah, I guess I'll Did they pick up like a yacht by any chance in the 20 years?
Yeah, you probably would have picked up like probably like a Playboy style yacht, like a bachelor yacht.
Nice. Yeah, then I'll summon that.
Amazing. So this like obsidian black yacht just goes onto the ocean.
Oh, all aboard.
I must say, this is one of my favorite ones you've pulled so far.
Appreciate it.
I know the coloration is a little bit boring. You can pick on with like a couple of stripes or some distinguishing features. The whole black and gold kind of trim thing is so cliche.
Sometimes cliche. It's kind of a good thing.
Actually, so coming from the guy living in an observatory, I don't really have much room to talk.
What would you suggest the color should be?
Anything other than goddamn black. I know we're like creatures of the night and all that, but God, we can have some class.
What do you want? A fucking rainbow?
Oh, that's a bit too outlandish.
All right, I'll think
Maybe
of something.
something-
next time.
Yeah, maybe something a bit more like blends into the sea. Makes you a little bit more. Makes it kind of reflect. Makes it a bit harder to see you in a distance.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Could be obnoxious, and instead of walking like you should do, I'm just going to be walking on the ceilings wherever I can, like mirroring it.
Yep. Nero's side quest is to paint the yacht.
Just rainbow.
After,
Go from one obnoxious to the other.
But yeah, you all get inside. You start setting sail towards your destination. You're there for a good couple of hours, and the sun starts to peak above the horizon. Just before it gets to like a place where it starts becoming physically painful for you to be out in the sun, you do manage to see the cave is not too far.
So,
Right.
could you talk us through exactly what we're expecting from this ritual?
So, full moon, as we know, have to sacrifice the blood of the innocent into the goblet. No
I will
sorry
cover
clouds.
the ears of the person while he's saying that.
Just completely just straight out there. Like, it says no starry sky, so I'm guessing heavy cloud might also work. Not sure yet. It might just be a thing where, the sky is pretty plain. So we got a couple of avenues there. I'm hoping the high overcast but the bright moon kind of works. That's my safest bet.
And how exactly will this crown appear then?
Good question. Never found any information that, well, at least myself, that explained how the crown would manifest itself once the specific parameters were met. Just heard about the ritual and so forth and so on and so forth, and some of the wars that went on over this crown in the past. Jeez. I think the bloodshed that we caused is something. God, you should have seen them in the heyday.
Very well.
When the mortals didn't have all this fancy advantage yet.
You hit land, but the sun is up now. Knowing you have to spend at least the next 12 hours or so in here. Under deck, you got a range of to do. So in that time, is there anything you guys want to prepare before going into the cave? Anything you want to do?
I have something that I kind of want to run by you, but also do in secret, if that makes sense, character-wise.
Right.
I can cast light.
Yep.
So I want to put that into some of the bullets just in case stuff goes sideways.
Okay, I'm going to say, because light's not an offensive spell, it won't do anything more to the bullets.
That's fine. Just, distraction.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, just, lighting up the area would be would really throw people off as what his fingers like. Yeah.
Ask. Do you know how much blood do we need for this ritual?
Again, I'll cover the ears.
Well, if we take that the normal human body has about 5 to 6 liters on a good day, we technically have 2 attempts in the night, because the goblet shouldn't take all that much. So, if push comes to shove and we do have to fully drain the poor sap, we probably have 2 attempts at best. Wouldn't recommend fucking up in the first. But just in case, always have backup plans.
Am I able to take just a little bit?
After the ritual, please.
I'm more than happy to drink out the goblet once the ritual's complete. That's more than fine. Just patient.
No, it's
I
for.
gave you something to drink before we left.
No, I understand. It's not for me to drink now, it's beneficial for all of us.
I guess benefit of doubt. I'll go over to the goblet and like open it, and just can I kind of surmise how much the goblet could actually hold?
You're reckoning at best a pint, maybe 1.5, 2. It's a fairly dense goblet, but it's still.
It doesn't have that much of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We might have a bit more then, if we're willing to sacrifice the push out. Just don't take too much, and make sure it doesn't continuously bleed.
Oh no, of course.
God, this thing is really heavy. And just put it back gently. Just be like, don't know why anyone came up with the idea to make it a solid crystal, but meh.
Yeah, I'll go to the body, and I'm technically casting Goodberry, but I'm going to make blood berries instead out of the guy's
Okay.
blood.
That's interesting.
I'll allow it.
I like that flavor. That's really nice.
Little blood capsules.
Yeah.
I'll just make sure I'm recording everything.
Okay. Still recorded. Yeah. Perfect. Amazing. As the minutes tick into hours and the hours fly by, you suddenly start to feel the yacht you're on cool, and no longer feel the rays of sunlight breaking through what like curtains you made to try and shield it all, knowing it's now gone to nighttime.
Time to act.
Before we head out, I got these little pick-me-ups in case you need them, and I'll hand out 2 blood berries to everyone.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But you did have your uses after all. Didn't think of this myself.
I mean, I did get us here. I assumed I was more useful than.
Well, you got us here, but you also launched 2 of us out of the front of the plane. So, potatoes, potatoes.
That's
All right, I'll
one
give you
less
that.
than last time. So
Wait, last
Yeah.
time
It's
you do this regularly.
I wouldn't say regularly, but that's how I acquired the jet.
By crashing it into something.
Well, I acquired it beforehand. It just so happened it crashed.
You're a confusing individual. I hope you know that.
I should say the ticket that I have, it copies the vehicles.
Oh, well. That makes sense, yeah. So whatever you touch, I guess, you make a copy of. I mean, you touch this, I guess. That explains why it's kind of meh when it comes to, facilities. Guessing it wasn't from your, mental...
Correct.
Well, I retract the statement about you being really bad at interior design, I guess.
Thanks, I guess.
It's about as close as a compliment you're going to get off me, if I'm being honest, kid, so just take it while you're ahead. At that point, you're just going to, yeah.
So, sun sets, night takes over. You watch as the moon reaches its peak. And as it hits its peak, it shines. And there's almost like this radiant burst that comes off of it, like erasing the stars around it, giving you a starless night with the moon at its peak.
Well, I didn't need the overcast.
Seems like it's the perfect night.
Are we
Where you
there
going?
yet?
Oh yeah, you just need to come with
Oh,
me now.
oh, okay.
Yes.
It's been a long time. You said this was quickly.
I never said it was quickly.
You said
You're
it was quicker.
just going to an island, and you
Oh.
would have the time of your life,
Oh, okay.
living like it's your last day.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I will take him out of the boat
Yep.
into the shore, if we
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
And I don't know if someone wants to help me with a ritual.
Well, I guess it's in my job description to do so, since I'm the one who knows the most about it.
Please.
Yeah. So, Lucius, you would know you would have to go in the cave, and there's like this one center stone you have to complete this ritual over because the moon just peeks straight through. There's like this opening, peeks straight through onto this like
Perfect
sacred
timing kind of
stone.
thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You know what? You two can't be of hand. You can hold them up in the air while we get the chanting and stuff done, and then once it's ready, I'll give you the signal. You can, the poor chap, and then once the goblet's full and the light's in the right position, hopefully it should manifest itself. Unless it's all been some wild goose chasing, and I need to go ask some questions with some fellas that have been giving me some false information.
Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Just as the moon hits perfectly, the sacred stone illuminates, and you see like all these runes glow just as the light peaks on it. And now you see like an indent where the goblet should sit.
Yeah, take it out of the case, put the goblet in, and just be like, well, when you're ready, you're in, the poor chap.
Yeah, so could I just hold him up by like the neck over the goblet and then dig my claws in so then he starts bleeding and the blood drips
Yeah.
down to the
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You're gonna have the time of your life, I promise.
yeah, I can feel it. And as the blood drips into the goblet, for moments nothing happens, and the moon passes just slightly. The lights and that shift and glow. There's no longer any glowing runes. Just when you think it hasn't gone the way you wanted it to, the goblet sinks in, and then you start to feel a rumbling as the sacred stone just rises up. As it rises up, there's like this almost perfect circle, and this crown sitting in this like outcut of the stone.
Seems to have worked flawlessly. And Rose will saunter over, take a little look at it. Does it look like there's any obvious like pressure plate or anything that it would be on?
Roll me an investigation check or perception check, your choice.
And it is night.
Yes, yeah, you're in a cave as well.
24.
24. There does seem to be like, as it's resting, it does seem to be resting on something. No pressure plates around it, but it seems to be like resting on some sort of mechanism.
And looking around the thing that it's on, is there any obvious signs of like little holes where stuff could come from?
Yeah.
Or
100%. As you're like looking at the mechanism, and then your brain starts to wander up above this whole cave ceiling. Now that you notice, now that your focus isn't on your primary task, you see like holes in the whole of it, like big enough for like bolts from either a crossbow or something to come through.
How big is the cave?
Cave is quite big. You're probably looking probably goes for about 10 miles entrance to the back of the cave. Very, very, very large. And the whole section of the ceiling is open with the holes sticking out.
What's up?
Well-
Coming.
It's just sitting there. You guys are the ones that want it.
Is there an issue?
Well, seeing as Lucius brought us all together, why don't? Seems fitting that he'd be the one to take the crown. Please.
I respect the offer, but it has no interest to me. Is there any statues or anything like in this cave that I can just go sit on?
No. Nothing like
Just
that.
all barren.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I've done my job, but don't see any reason for me to stick around. My whole purpose was to make sure the next generation, no matter how stupid it was, to facilitate what they want. And he'll kind of like walk around and kind of back up out of the
Okay.
game and be like, if you have no other need for me, I ain't touching the crown.
So looking at the ceiling, is it literally everywhere around
Yeah,
us?
apart from
Okay.
like the first entrance bit. So like where Lucius is currently standing, he's like in the only safe bit.
Very well. I'll see what I can do. And she'll go over to it. And at the last minute, put the shield above her head and take it.
Okay.
Hit the flint.
So I'm gonna need Nero and Silna to roll a dexterity saving throw. I'm gonna say your quick thinking with the shield is go. I would say probably like one or two get it through, but you managed to cover most of them with that. But the rest of you are gonna get rained by the bolts.
So I have a question.
Yes.
And I was kind of working off this assumption. Because technically the bolts will be in some kind of compartment, would I have been able to see them the whole time? Because they're
You-
technically in a storage thing.
Yeah, but you would have to like look for them, if you know what I mean. You would have to know they're there. So it's
That's
not
fair.
like you sense things. You can just like, for instance, if you was to look up, like once they start raining down, you'd be able to see like, oh, okay, they stretch up that far, and you'll be able to see through
Yeah,
it
and
like
all
that. Not necessarily
guess-
know they're already there.
But I'm also guessing, because I was working off this, that when we walked in and looked, I could kind of see the crown sitting in its containment thing.
No,
until
because
we
that was
went-
protected by magic, so that would have been
Okay,
different.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
no,
make sure what.
I would have filled you in if you could have seen through it.
Fair.
Okay. Deck saves, everyone.
19.
19.
21.
21. Okay, so you're going to take half damage. Both of you succeeded.
Because I have evasion, does that mean no damage?
It does for you, yeah.
So does Rose need to as well, or is the shield?
No, the shield, I would say
Yeah,
the
cool.
shield. What I would say though is, because you're absorbing all these, it wouldn't bear you any AC bonus going forward after absorbing all these bolts.
Sure.
So that would have been 56 points of piercing damage, but halved to 27?
28.
28. I can't count.
You're off by 1.
Just as like, it's like this giant downpour of crossbow bolts.
Weaving.
You just managed to like, woo, woo. It's like almost like Neo out of the Matrix, just
Yeah.
slow mo. Just as you turn, Silna, to see Lady Rose take the crown, and all of a sudden just.
No, why would you do that?
Thought that's what we came for, no?
We both know there are more ways, more efficient ways to get that. Or are you trying to get it all for yourself?
Not at all. And she
Can
will
I cast
start backing
detect
away.
dodds?
Okay, yeah. What save is that, Lady
Well,
Rose?
it's surface dodds, so
Oh,
there's no
surface
save.
thoughts. Okay, yeah. So what are your surface thoughts?
That it's time to get out of here, I think.
No. We should talk about this.
And she will look towards Nero, kind of flanking. I'm going to say Lucius at this point and just give him a nod. We can talk all you want, but I think certain things speak louder than words, and she'll go for an attack on Lucius.
Okay, so running straight towards Lucius. I'm going to get you all to roll initiative now.
Yeah.
Ah, very fitting for me.
I'm rolling hot
No.
today. That's nat 20 for 25.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Okay.
17.
17.
Natural 1 for 6.
I was a natural 2 for 12, so I feel you. Don't know if alert would apply here. Kind of seeing the betrayal kind of happen. Not being surprised by it or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it wouldn't trigger a surprise round anyway.
Okay.
So there's no surprise round triggered, definitely not. Okay. So yeah, Lady Rose, you're going for an attack on Lucius.
Yep. So kicking off with heroic something or other to get advantage on it. Heroic warrior.
Okay.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, no it.
And yeah, going in with her rapier
Yep.
for falling for 6 damage. I can re-roll that with Piercer actually for
Okay.
9 damage.
Okay.
And then holding the other attack with a stake just placed over kind of where his heart would be.
Okay.
We don't have to do it this way, but I will be leaving with the crown. And
Okay.
second wind, and that'll be her turn.
Amazing. Silna.
Can I do reaction? You ending your turn there and being obviously hostile skirmisher, so we're just going to back off 30 feet and be like, are you sure you really want to fight an elder?
Okay. So you backing off 30 feet, you're actually out the cave now. Yes, Silna.
I will cast Summon Elemental and I will bring out a Fire Elemental.
Amazing. Just you just see flame drop from Silna's hand as it like hits the ground and just erupts as this being a flame is now there.
And I don't know if it can already take its turn.
Yeah, it goes with you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's a 4th level spell, so it makes 2 attacks.
Are you aiming for Lady Rose or Nero?
Oh, Lady Rose.
Okay.
She's the only one I have an issue with right now.
Nero hasn't done anything yet.
I
Yeah.
don't like that yet.
So the lowest is a 20 and the other one is a 21.
So we've dropped the shield AC.
Yeah, correct.
So the 21 would hit. Yep.
So that's 13 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And I will put him between Lucius and her, and I will stay behind her,
Okay.
like 15 feet.
Amazing. That brings us to Lucius.
He was being truthful the whole time. He's not interested in the crown, but someone attacks him. Look, I didn't want to get involved in all this, and the whole you guys want to use it to try and find a cure for this or some kind of alteration so we can still work in the day as well. That's very, noble. But don't cross people that you're not sure you should in the first place. And he'll sacrifice his bonus action to steady aim, and he'll hold the revolver out and hold an attack if she comes for him again.
Okay. Amazing. That brings us to Nero.
Yeah. How far away is Lady Rose?
From you, where you were currently from the stone, you sacrificed him there, so she's 50 feet from you.
Yeah, that's my movement. I've got 50 feet.
Must be
So
hard to
I'll-
walk with 50 feet.
Sorry?
Yeah,
It must be hard to walk with 50 feet.
I know.
Oh, I mean, that's why he crash lands the plane, because it's hard to shoot.
It's just getting on the wrong pedal constantly.
But no, he'll get to Lady Rose and goes, we want to make sure one of us gets the crown, right?
Correct.
So let's go. And I'm going to cast Dimension Door and teleport us
Counterspell.
back to the boat.
Counterspell immediately.
Okay, what level are you casting Counterspell at?
Third?
Okay, so you need a roll for me. 10 plus the level of the spell. Dimension Door is 4th level, so you need a 14.
It is.
And I add my mod.
You say you add your spellcasting modifier, yeah.
That's a natural 16 for 20.
Amazing. So you
Yeah.
go grab Lady Rose's hands. You about to vanish, and you do vanish for a moment, just to reappear exactly where you are.
Okay.
I held you in better regard.
I would say, sorry, it's not personal. It's just business.
I could make it for all of us.
All right, we'll do it the hard way then. I don't think I can do anything. What here as my bonus action? So bonus action I can do Step of the Wind. So I'm just going to dash towards Silna.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Since my elemental is right behind Lady Rose, would
Yes.
that mean it would be also right behind Ned and would have an opportunity?
Technically, it would get an opportunity attack if he's dashing
Okay.
towards you. But Step of the Wind, doesn't it give you... No, you get to choose, don't you, whether you...
I get to choose. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
spend it.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
That's fine, yeah. I was just making sure. I didn't know if that was a new fancy thing they said when you take Step of the Wind, you get all the things.
That's
I have spent a
just
key point than I
16.
do.
Okay.
Oh, was it
16.
16 miss?
Just this flaming arm just goes wide just as you step up to Silna, bringing us to the top of the round at Lady Rose.
So, shifting attention to the person that's counterspelled, so Silna. Could have just left us go. Now I'll have to clean things up around here. And she's going to dash towards Silna
Yep.
and use Second Wind as she passes
Okay.
the elemental, which she can not trigger opportunity attacks
Okay.
from
Perfect.
that. And heal. So, yeah. And is then going to... So, shield's destroyed. Does this mean she can dual wield now, presumably?
Yeah, you could technically just drop the shield now, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so she's going to take stake in one hand and the kind of silver rapier
Yep.
in the other. And again, use Heroic Warrior for the first one.
Yep.
For a 17 plus 9, 26. For reroll that. For 11 piercing damage. And that would be with the rapier is Vex, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it's Vex. So having advantage on the next one too. That's a nat 20. Just with the stake though.
Okay.
So that's for 13 piercing damage. And I believe with dual wielding and with the stake, you can take another one as part of the Nick
Yes.
weapon
Yeah.
mastery. So just one this time. That's a 9. So 9 plus 18.
That is my AC, so yeah.
For 7 piercing damage.
I do love the
Please.
visual of this though, of like, because obviously you're vampires, you're moving at like such extremely high speed, like to the naked eye,
Yeah.
it's just like.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And that will be her turn.
Amazing. That brings us to Silna.
Okay. So I have to think about this because my fucking elemental is a concentration spell. Sorry. So I will first attack with my demon. So
Yep.
that's a 23, and that is a 16. So only one, I assume.
Yep.
Lady Rose. And sorry. That will be 13 again. Fire damage. And I will try and do Delirium Orb.
Okay.
So that is a save of 19. And I'll make it charisma. I don't know. Charisma.
I like the way you looked as almost like, give me your weak stat, give me your weak stat.
Yeah, come on, tell me.
So I think you can add. Sorry, new stuff is.
No?
I'll just make it straight roll. 7.
7. So that's fair.
That's 34 points of cold damage.
So I've just found it. Sorry, Indomitable. If you fail a saving throw, you can re-roll it with a plus 10 bonus.
Okay.
26, 28 actually.
Nice.
Okay, so that's
How
half.
would that work with Chronal Shift? Because I can impose a reroll, basically.
Yeah, so what I would say is the reroll would cancel out. So Abominable would trigger, but then you'll get the reroll on top. So you could Chrono Shift on top of that, which would force a third reroll.
But she would still get the plus 10 bonus.
No, because that's for the next roll, if I'm reading it right.
That's for the Indomitable roll itself.
I'm
So
reading
if
it right.
Indomitable came second, and then Chrono Shift made a third roll, the third roll wouldn't get the plus 10 because Indomitable was the second
Let
roll.
me just reread it quickly.
Mechanics.
To roll again with a plus 2. That's
Let me just for the sake of it, let me just reread it like very quickly.
sure.
I'll give you the quickest DM reading you've ever seen. Once I find it, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's a bit wishy-washy. All right, I'm gonna rule it as this third roll will just be your straight bonus.
Okay, then, yeah, roll again.
Sure. That's a 2, so 4.
So, yeah, 34 points. And I said cold, let's make it radiant.
So you'll notice that it has slightly less effect than you'd hope. But
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot, Mahina. And bonus action, I will use my Daunting Roar.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh yeah, I
no.
forget you're
I
immune.
will not, because we
No.
are immune to being frightened.
Okay, perfect. One thing you guys are noticing as this is all happening, the cave you're in is violently shaking and trembling, and your vampiric healing abilities you have don't seem to be kicking in after taking this damage.
Interesting.
So that brings us to Lucius.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
you still have that held shot, so you can let that go, otherwise you will lose it if you want.
yeah, but they'd be out of range, so I'd have to move to lose it, to let it loose if you will allow that.
I mean, just to be devil's advocate, you could shoot the entrance and lock them inside.
Oh, you make a very good point.
I mean, just to be devil's advocate.
You know what? The devil spoke. So I'll let the shot off at the entrance,
Amazing.
then action shoot a second time,
Okay.
and then what's it? 2 weapon fighting, a third shot with the bonus action.
Okay. Immediately, with all this rumbling happening inside the cave, you just see the one entrance and exit just close.
I'll walk closer and go, well, you should really vet who your partners are. But say hi to my brother for me, and I'll put the guns away and walk off.
And as this violent rumbling stops, the ground splits open and blood rushes from the opening. And you just hear, "It has been a long time. I knew eventually that the seed of the crown would bring people here to awaken me once again. It is fitting that it is the 3 that killed me that brings me back. On the plus side, your curse is lifted. Congratulations." As Count Morningstar just emerges from this pool of blood, completely alabaster white skin, drenched in like this ichor, and the blood ichor just like hardens and solidifies, turning into his robes.
well, shit.
You fucking deal with him.
And Nero, it is your turn, sir.
Well, it's like good. I couldn't get to beam up last time, so let's hope it'll be better this time. I'm assuming he has blind sense, but it's fine. What's the lighting situation? Is it like dim light?
It's dark.
It is dark. Great. So I can teleport to him. If we're in darkness, so I'm gonna get behind him. And yeah, we'll go in for a punch. And because I teleported in darkness, I have advantage on
Yep.
the strike. And then as I'm gonna punch, I'm gonna go ahead and try and grapple him at the same
Okay.
time.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Oh, nice. I tried 2 to hit.
20. That does hit.
It's D8. Where's my D8? There it is. Oh, Terrible damage though. 6. It'll be slashing. I'm using the claws.
Amazing. You slash. And he's just like, I'm sure you can try harder than that.
But yeah, so I'm grappling. I don't know if he needs to do the save.
Yes.
I don't know how do you calculate it? Is it 8 plus? Because I can use Dex.
Yeah, so it would be 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your Dex modifier.
Oh, cool. Oh, to be 17 then.
Oh my lord, that is a natural 1.
Grappled! So as he's grappled, I'm going for my second strike and I can claw him again. With advantage because he's grappled.
Yep.
That's dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
For 11 points of slashing.
Amazing.
And then I'm going to spend a key point. Oh no, I can't because I use my bonus action to teleport.
Yep.
So that's me. I'm
Amazing.
grappled.
So top of the round is Lady Rose.
So now that our vampirism has been
Yep.
cured, can she still bite? Or is that...
I mean, you could still technically bite. It won't.
It would
won't,
just be an unarmored,
Yeah, it
I
would just be an.
presume.
It
Okay.
would literally
Yeah.
just be. I don't know. Very. That'd be very like guttural and ferocious. Just like.
I think also now that the vampirism's gone, she kind of deflates a bit.
Yeah.
And then turns to Silna. And you'll see her kind of toughened visage kind of trying to remain neutral, but then it cracks and it's like, I am sorry that it had to come to that, but seems things have changed, and she'll turn on the count and
Yep.
take a strike with the rapier first.
Perfect.
Heroic warrior for that is 16.
That misses. He just like pulls
And-
Nero, like as Nero's got him grappled, he just like maneuvers. So like you go to nearly stab Nero, just divert off the center.
And then following up with one of the stakes
Yep.
for a nat 20.
Okay, yeah, that would definitely hit.
It's always on the stakes. that
It's
it
always the
crits.
stakes.
Feels
Stakes.
bad.
That is like flavor at its best.
It knows what's at stake anyway.
Kisbert, you're better than that. You're better than that.
We both know I'm not.
For 16 damage, 16 piercing,
Amazing.
and then following up with a last one from the 2 weapon 5
Yep.
thing. 19.
That does hit.
Okay, cool. For 8 piercing damage,
Amazing.
and then is again going to second wind.
Yep.
And that will be her turn.
Amazing. Grapple. Because now it's his turn because he rolled a 19. Just checking something.
I think it's free just to break out. I think they've changed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm just. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, he's just going to. His head's going to turn a 180 towards you, Nero, and he's just going to go snacking.
That's fair.
With a natural 19, so a total of 28 to hit.
Kit, could I use my reaction to redirect attack? Or deflect attack? I can't redirect it unless I make it 0.
Yes, definitely.
Don't know how, because I'm grappled again, so I don't know if it's possible to deflect it, but...
Fair point, actually. I'll tell you what. I'll allow you to take half damage from it.
Okay, it's a roll, so it's
Okay.
1d10 plus 15. So I don't know if you want to. I roll it and then just half that what I roll.
No, I'll let you just take that from it. Yeah.
I don't like that because I know what that means when you go, you know, you can have that.
So I reduce it by 21.
Amazing. So the actual piercing for this is 8 plus 4, 12. And then you do take some necrotic. So you take 21 necrotic on top. And then your hit point maximum is reduced by 21.
I have to take the full 21, but I can reduce the piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that is reduced by 21. Okay.
Amazing. And then bonus actions? Yeah, why not? Bonus action. His cloak is going to wrap around him and Nero, and he's going to attempt to cast Dimension Door. And yeah, gone. With Nero gone, your humanity back, being trapped in a cave. I feel that's a great place to end the one shot. To eventually one day be picked up again. Until then, we'll catch you later.